Stockholm, Sweden. Just another big bustling city? Not quite. This city is aiming for something unique. A zero-waste future. But what exactly does zero waste mean? People in big cities produce a lot of trash. So where does it all go? Today, we'll learn about the link between urbanization and waste production and identify different ways to dispose of solid waste. We'll also explore sustainable strategies that can help us keep trash from piling up. Are you ready, scientists? Let's get to it. Before industrialization, people used local resources, reused material, and generated little trash. So what changed? After the industrial era, people flocked to cities. Take a look at these two areas, a rural community in Japan and a big city, Tokyo. Which of these areas do you think produces more waste? Why? Pause the video to record your thoughts. Urban spaces typically produce more waste than rural areas of the same size because of higher population density. More people means more households, buildings, construction, factories, more solid waste or trash from a variety of sources. The first big source of solid waste? Households and residential buildings. Municipal waste is any household waste. Think about the trash can in your own home. What kinds of things get thrown away? Municipal waste usually includes things like paper, plastic, food, or yard clippings. But cities also produce industrial waste, all of the other trash that does not come from households. Think about all of the human activities that happen outside of the home. What kinds of industrial waste do they produce? There are trash cans in public spaces like parks, stores, and offices. But there are also construction leftovers, trash from offices or medical facilities, and more. Some waste, like cleaning products or batteries, is hazardous waste. It's toxic, flammable, or harmful to human health or the environment. There are laws about how to properly dispose of hazardous waste to prevent contamination. Today, we generate more waste than ever, thanks to single-use items and products that are shipped from far away. But looking around Stockholm, I don't see all of that trash piled up. All of this waste has to go somewhere. So where does the waste go? Solid waste management is the process of collecting, treating, and disposing of non-liquid trash. When the trash can in your home fills up, you may take it to the curb or drop it down a trash chute. Eventually, that trash is picked up by a garbage truck. Where does it go next? Most often, solid waste is processed and then transported to a landfill. A landfill is an open land area or pit that stores waste. Landfills keep waste far from homes and businesses and can store a lot of trash. But they have some pretty big costs. First on the list, pollution. It's hard to keep the waste totally separate from the environment. Wildlife can carry pieces of trash into natural habitats. Rainfall creates leachate, a polluted liquid that can seep into groundwater. Liners and pipes help, but not every landfill has them. Landfills also release methane gas, which can increase the greenhouse effect. To help with this, methane collection systems can trap this gas, but older landfills don't always have these systems. There's another big cost to consider. Landfills use huge amounts of land space. In the US, over 1.8 million acres of land are used by landfills. But land is a limited resource, so what else can we do? Incineration burns waste at high temperatures to reduce the amount of trash sent to landfills. It helps save land space, and the burning process at incineration plants can actually generate electricity. But just like with landfills, burning trash can have major environmental costs. Incineration releases gases and ash, polluting the air. This can harm ecosystems and the health of humans nearby. It also requires sorting out hazardous or flammable materials, which makes it expensive. To keep waste out of landfills and incinerators, some materials can be sorted out for composting or recycling. Composting turns organic matter, like food scraps and yard waste, into nutrient-rich compost. Compost can even be used to improve soil health. Not all foods can be composted, though, and composting takes time. Some waste, such as plastic, glass, paper, and aluminum cans, can be recycled. Recycling reuses materials to make new products, helping conserve natural resources. For example, recycling cardboard instead of cutting trees can make new packaging sustainably. Sounds pretty awesome, but recycling also requires a lot of infrastructure and education. Recycling rules can vary by community, and not all cities have recycling programs in place. As you can see, no waste management method is perfect. Sorting out recycling and compost is a great step towards sustainability, but ultimately, not everything can be recycled or composted. That leaves a lot of waste still going to landfills or being incinerated. This is why it's so important to reduce the amount of waste we produce. How can we do this? Let's take a closer look at Sweden's Zero Waste program. The US produces more solid waste per year than any other nation, and over half of our municipal solid waste goes to landfills. What can we learn from Stockholm to manage our waste more sustainably? Zero waste doesn't actually mean no waste at all. It's an approach to waste management that focuses on smart systems to produce less waste. There are 3 parts to this approach. Waste prevention. Avoid creating waste in the first place. In other words, produce products and materials intentionally to avoid waste, like creating reusable fabric grocery bags instead of making plastic bags. Next, resource conservation. Use resources efficiently to avoid unnecessary waste. And circular economy. Keep materials in use as long as possible. This encourages people to repair and reuse items for as long as possible and promotes creative upcycling to make cool new products. In Stockholm, this zero waste mindset is built into daily life. Many public spaces have bins for recycling and composting. Citizens are given money when they bring items to the recycling center. Food scraps are collected to be turned into biofuels. And people in Stockholm can bring old clothes into a popular store where they are shredded and spun into yarn to make new, trendy clothing items. You can try and incorporate these zero waste principles in your own life too. If your community has recycling and composting, you can take the time to sort your trash to reduce the amount heading to a landfill. But not all communities have recycling and composting programs. So what are some other actions you could take? To prevent creating waste, you could try reusable water bottles or bags instead of single-use products that get thrown out. You can choose to purchase items from companies that use recycled materials or sustainable production methods that conserve resources. And to promote a circular economy, repair old items or upcycle them to create something new. If you're really passionate about preventing landfill waste, you can share your passion with other people in your community. Educate friends and family on waste management, or even get involved in your own community by reaching out to local representatives and advocating for recycling and composting programs. What is one change you could make to reduce your landfill waste? Pause the video here and record your thoughts. Small changes add up. If everyone reduces their waste just a little, we could conserve land and keep it from becoming a landfill. As we went through the lesson today, we learned how urbanization increases the amount of waste we produce. Sorting out recycling and compost helps prevent waste from going to landfills or incinerators, but zero waste thinking can help us create less trash in the first place. Remember, personal choices matter. Imagine if everyone took small steps to reduce their waste. How much could we keep out of landfills? Until next time, remember, this earth is our shared home. We can make choices every day that preserve nature and help us share our limited resources. Keep learning and sharing what you learn with others, and I'll see you next time.
Hey, hey.